Hello, welcome to Tamil Mom by Banu. I am Banu. Today's vlog is being shot since morning. As soon as I got up, it's raining overnight, drizzling all the way since night. I don't think so you'll be able to see. I'm switching on my camera light for you to have a look. It's fully wet, no time to go out. I did not even open the gate. It's 5:45. I straight away started with my cooking after sweeping the house. So I'm preparing a mango thokku, which I told I'll be sharing with you in the next vlog. I've taken mustard, fenugreek, and red chilies for this mango. I'm going to prepare this particular thokku with only one mango since there's being a lot of power cut in our house. So the other one I'm going to store it in the freezer. Here I've finished with kanji and I've mixed nata sakra and kept for my kids and husband. Mine is getting cooled. And I also had mentioned to you that my father-in-law had bought butter. I'm preparing ghee right away in the morning itself. So we'll start cutting the mangoes first. I prefer to finish most of these activities like storing, or which I'm going to do it in bulk. I usually do it in the early morning just before everyone gets up, because along with cooking in the afternoons I don't get the time, nor I have the patience to can do the work. See, it's drizzling again. It has started raining heavily, I guess, not drizzling. So I did not even open the gate. The gate is yet to be opened. I cannot go in. If I go and get drenched, I can't do the housework again. So I finished cutting one mango. The other mango, as I told, I cut it into small pieces and I'm going to store it in the freezer. Let me see this time how many days I can store it in the freezer, because most of the items which I've stored it in the freezer tend to stay fresh for a long time. So here the butter has been melted. It's getting ready for ghee. Usually I prefer to prepare ghee at home. It's tasty and it stays for a long time. I'm taking curry leaves, fenugreek and cloves for this. Usually I take betel leaves, as you have seen in my previous vlog. I've shared a detailed video on how to prepare ghee at home. But the betel leaf plant is outside in my garden. I usually take a betel leaf for, especially for this purpose, but since it's raining and I don't have the patience nor the energy to go inside the garden. This is a betel leaf plant. It's growing and growing. I don't know what we'll do with so many betel leaves. This is the one which we use for our day-to-day usage, but I can't go inside the garden since it's raining heavily now. So I will do with curry leaves. Curry leaves also gives a different flavor. So here the mustard, fenugreek and chili, I've roasted it, dry roasted it and allowed it to cool. So I'm going to first powder this masala, and in the same mixie jar I'm going to put the mangoes and then I'm going to grate it off. I've closed the door since it's early morning, just 6:10. No one is up at home yet. I don't want to disturb anyone by running the mixer. So I've closed the kitchen door and I'm finishing off with this powder of fenugreek, mustard and red chilies roasted. This is the same powder which we use for pickles usually, the same powder. And in the same mixie jar, I'm going to put the mangoes and grate it up, not exactly into a paste. I'll leave it here and there so that it's nice and crunchy. This oil is the puri fried oil, leftover oil from the puri. I'm going to use it for this purpose. I'm taking an old kadai and I'll be heating up this oil. Once the oil is heated, we'll add the rest of the things. So this is the consistency in which we're supposed to make the mangoes into a pulp, not exactly a smooth paste as such. So the oil is hot now. Once the oil is hot, I'll be adding asafoetida, that's perungayam. It's a must for all the mango dishes, all the thokkus, chutneys in my house, especially for everything. I add asafoetida for everything. And cumin, mustard and a little bit of turmeric powder. After adding this and after the mustard crackles, we need to add the mushed or crushed or grated mango. I'm just using the same mixer. I don't have the patience to wash another mixer, so I'm just adding little by little in the same mixer jar. Here the butter is getting ready for becoming into ghee. After adding all these things, we will fry it in oil. Usually after adding this paste, we'll just add the powder and leave it. That's the way my mother-in-law prepares. But since there's a lot of power cut and it doesn't stay for a long time inside the fridge nowadays, I'm going to fry it in oil for some time, saute it in oil so that the shelf life increases. In spite of keeping inside the fridge, sometimes there's a fungal like consistency forming on top of it. So I'm just going to not take any risk. So after sauteing it for a minute or so, we will be adding the powder, the fenugreek, mustard and chili powder. That's red chili. You can use any chilies of your choice. I always use a mix of Salem and Barigi. It gives both color and taste and flavor. So I'm going to add these things and mix it up. For all the pickles at home, I usually prefer this powder. These three items gives a lot of taste, flavor. So I've added this and we'll just saute it till a little bit of oil comes out from this mango chutney, mango thokku you can say. After mixing it up, I'll switch it off and we can, after cooling, we'll store it in an airtight glass bottle. Always these pickles and chutneys need to be stored in glass bottles. Usually that's the best option. Steel boxes, if you containers or boxes, if you store it in them, it gives a rust like taste. It gets reacted with the steel. So I prefer to use glass bottles and I don't use plastic in my kitchen. So glass is what I usually prefer. Here the ghee is getting ready step by step. By the time we finish everything, I've almost done with the ghee. It's 6:35. Ghee is done. I will straight away strain it after adding the curry leaves and other things which I have kept for the ghee. It's better to strain it immediately rather than letting it to cool down. Once the ghee cools down in this weather, it tends to become hard, and again we have to melt it, keeping on the stove and heating it up. It is a double process and it's very difficult to clean the bowl especially. So I make sure that immediately we strain it. Along with the curry leaves and the rest of the things what we have added, I'm going to strain it straight away and keep the strainer on top of the container until it's cooled so that everything right from the strainer gets down into the container. This is the usual container I store my ghee. This is a ghee container. The quantity is exact, so I need not have to worry about overflowing from it. So now the ghee work is done, a big work is done. I'll add a little bit of boiling water in this. This water, the ghee water which I have kept it in this bowl, can be added to sambar or rasam without wasting it. It will taste really yummy. So I'll keep it in one corner and now I'm going to start off with my kanji. The time is 6:40 now. I think the water was not enough. I will add still more water. A little more of boiling water. You can add it for sambar as I said, so it will not go for a waste. It will taste really good with a lot of flavor since it's ghee water. And it's easy to wash. That's the main purpose. Afterwards you can easily wash it. Otherwise, once it cools down, it really is tough to scrub it and wash. Still raining, and here I had washed red rice and uluval, horse gram, roasted horse gram. I had roasted it in bulk along with rava and split yellow dal. And this is red rice, usually a mata rice. For this kanji, we usually keep the mango thokku. That's the reason I prepared it in the morning. And for breakfast, we are having this kanji. I had soaked rice and horse gram overnight, and I'm going to add water, double exactly 1.5, I mean a little more than the normal water what you add for your normal rice. For this I will be adding a little bit of salt and close the cooker and let it boil, and after one whistle I'll be switching it off. This is one of the most healthiest, tastiest breakfast we all love because it's so tasty yet filling at the same time. It's really light on the stomach and it's easy main purpose. So along with this thokku, we'll be having the kanji today. So this is called red rice kanji. All these days without mangoes, we had stopped it. Now we'll start it again. And since I had a little more time, I'm going to roast dhania. Coriander powder is over. The full box is empty. I washed it and kept it, and I can't take the risk of drying in this weather since it's raining day and night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roast it up. My sister suggested to roast it nicely, and after it's cooled down I will be giving it outside for in the mill to get it powdered. It's 7:15. The vessels are there. The ghee box which we had got, butter, not the ghee box, the butter box, it's there. I need to pour hot water in that and I'll wash it, finish to washing. The kadai is hot, the cooker is done, and the rest of the things in the kitchen is done. It's so peaceful once you finish all the work by 7:30. Just imagine, because I did not wipe the floors today, just swept, and now it's breakfast time after getting freshened up. We have this red rice kanji along with curd and mango thokku. After the kanji, after washing all the dishes, I've started with biryani preparations today. Today it's mutton biryani. Unfortunately, I forgot to ask my husband to get pudina, which is much required for biryani. So today's biryani is going to be without mint leaves. Here I washed the mutton and kept it ready. This is the thuk in which we usually get non-veg. We don't carry any plastic covers, nor allow the person to give non-veg in plastic covers. As much as possible, we avoid plastic. Here's ginger garlic paste. This also I forgot to check before, because it's the normal quantity for chicken biryani needs a little more of ginger garlic paste. It's less, but I'm going to do with this because there's no power today. From 10 to 6 there's not going to be any power. They had announced it yesterday, so I'm going to manage with whatever is available. After this, my daughter is having a class. We have switched off all the lights, fans and everything, and I'm going to settle with my mandala art book. Since it's really relaxing and there's no power, only her computer is on, and I hope her class runs without power too, with UPS. Yeah, otherwise there's a lot of bandwidth problem if we on any fan or anything. So it's 12 o'clock till 1:40 her class goes on. And I've already mentioned about this mandala art book. It's a very relaxing book. I love to color and sketch in this. For some people it looks silly, but it's medically proven that it releases a lot of endorphins and it's a stress buster. I feel it myself personally. So while I'm doing this, I'm letting my son do his Hindi practice on the board. Luckily, he's very interested in Hindi. Otherwise, he goes and disturbs his sister if he has nothing else to do. He gets cranky. So I'm making him write on the board. After finishing all these things, after lunch is 4:30, yet no power. It's tea only for my mother-in-law and myself Friday evening. Here I've again boiled sweet corn today. My children wanted again, so evening snacks for them is sweet corn. After tea, I'm not going to do anything because all the work is done. We have washed the vessels from afternoon lunch. Everything is clean and neat. The ghee which I had prepared in the morning is fully cooled down. I have to take it and store it and keep. I have a little bit of biryani left over. I can scrape it from the down and feed it to everyone along with rasam rice. I don't have the patience to prepare anything else. Since it was raining in the morning, I couldn't do my walking. Luckily, it's dry now, so I'm finishing off my walking activity. The weather is quite pleasant now, but I don't see any power coming back. It's 6. My son's online classes started, and the backup power what we have, I hopefully it stays till my son's class gets over. I don't want it to be stopped in between. With this hope and with this class of my sons, I end this vlog. If you have enjoyed this vlog, please do like, share and comment your valuable comments in the comment box below. And also do not forget to subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon next to it. More videos and vlogs are coming up. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye for now.